they're not statistics, they're real people. Tell us about some of the families that you're working with and what you're doing.
Okay, some of the families I'm working with a young lady. Her name was Angie. Angie, she was 16 years old. I met her mom. Um, it really hurted me to find out that a 16-year-old coming home from work was walking home in a little village, got shot, got killed. And when I went to meet the family, it took me back to my when I found out what happened to my son. The way this mother was, it took me back to the way I was, and it hurted me. And I said, we have to do more. We have to do more for these mothers that have lost their children, even the fathers, because, we're always talking about the mothers suffering, but the fathers are all also suffering. They're trying to be strong for their wives, for their other children that they still have, and they are hurting. So we have counseling for these parents. We do a retreat. We do counseling. We have a great professor. Her name is Kim Snow. She's been working with us since, I want to say for 9 years. She's been on board with us. And we have counseling, different counselors getting in contact with the moms. We have Zoom counseling, it's just they need the counseling because they need to know that there's help out there, And when we all together in our support group meeting, we all come in sad, but we leave a different way when we go home because we're there to hear each other, not to judge anyone, to give comfort, to let them know that you're not by yourself. I'm here for you, and they want to hear this. Because a lot of these parents have lost their children for the first 2-3 weeks. They have the support they need from the family. After you bury the child, everybody leaves. The parents are still suffering. They're still grieving. It's not going to go away right away. It takes time. They need someone to work with them, like that they could heal. It's like when a baby starts walking step by step. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's difficult because I'm going to have right now, it's going to be 11 years for me, and I still break down. I still cry because that was my son. Nobody has the right to take nobody's child's life away. If I was there, and I know a lot of moms feel the same way I feel. If I knew about that birthday party, I would have had covered my son with my body. I would have received that bullet for my child, And it hurts because I don't hate the person that killed my son. I learned not to hate. I'm a believer. I believe in God. And to me, this is a human being that is sick, that was not and has not been getting love from home. These kids, they go to the streets for a lot of reasons. They don't have no love in their home. The family is not giving them that attention. Like when they come home from school, how was your day at school? And they want to hear 3 words, I love you. And I'm telling you this because I heard it again. I was out there trying to find out what made these kids be in gangs. And that's what they're telling me, a lot of these kids. Their father's an alcoholic, the mother's working 2-3 jobs. And the kids are raising on their own, they're in the streets and they think those people to become friends with good, but they're not. They're making them do bad things, shooting, grabbing a gun. How in the world are they going to make a 12-year-old hold a gun and start shooting? We have minors that are shooting, grabbing those guns and shooting innocent people.
Yeah, they're
the
children.
The family needs to get more involved in their the children's line. And and I'm going to say this also. I want people that they know something to say something. If they see something to say something, they have to put themselves in our shoes. If God forbid anything happened to their children, but if something like that would happen to their children, wouldn't they want somebody to speak out, say something to help their cases? We can't be scared. We got to come together as a community and work together and be that big voice. And we need change with our leaders. We need change with our leaders. They're not proving, they're not doing anything for the community.
Elizabeth, what can we do to help not only you but your organization and these moms and dads who have lost their have had to bury their children? What can we do?
Keep our children's story alive. Continue to talk about them because I know there's somebody out there that's gonna say, "Wait a minute, I want to help," or maybe someone that knows something is gonna call your radio station. I heard about that. I heard what happened. We need people to support us, because we hardly don't have no support. They'll have our stories out there for a couple of days and then it's all done. It's over and done with. Our children were not numbered; they were children. We had them. That was a blessing from God. It was a blessing from God that we were able to have our children. We loved our children. We showed them to love. We showed them to respect. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to walk my son through that aisle because somebody decided to take his life for no reason. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have no grandkids for my son, and that hurts. That really hurts. We need a lot of support. We need the leaders to really, really get involved. A lot of these leaders, when they're running for something, they say they promise so many things, and once they're in office, they forget about that promise. Do not promise a mother something that you cannot accomplish.
That's a powerful way to end this, Elizabeth. You're exactly right, and I promise you, I want to work with your organization. I want to meet with these moms. I want to have every single one of them on this show because we want to share the story of their child, and we will honor DJ by continuing to share his story, your story, their story. And so Elizabeth Ramirez, co-founder of Parents for Peace and Justice, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much, and God bless every parent that out there who has lost a child. And just remember that you are not by yourself. You are not by yourself, and do not give up on hope.
Do not give up on hope.